That's right, smooth jazz. Oh yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 24 Hours of Lemons iRacing League. My name is Ryan Bauer, Bearded Sim Racer. Joining me tonight is no one. So, yeah. So hopefully some other people show up, but if they don't, we're here. First thing we've got going on tonight is the no pedal, no wheel race here at the Phoenix Road Course. Hope everybody out there is having a fantastic Mother's Day on this Sunday. Well, thank you, Load, for the 100 bits. Time for lemons. Woo! Indeed. So far we've got, looks like 6 cars out here. Again, this is no pedal, no wheel invitational silly hats race. The Phoenix Road Course. We've got the Porsche GT4, McLaren GT4, Street Stock, Mustang, Miata, Jetta, and Skip Barber. So let's get a look at some of these liveries here and see what we've got.
You know, it's a lot like the whole Beetlejuice gag where the third Howard Dean scream just brings me to anywhere you are.
That's fantastic. I'm glad that worked. That's my Randy Bish homing signal, like the bat signal, you know? Nice. How's it going, Randy?
Yeah, not too badly. Not too badly at all. Yourself?
Not too bad. Too bad. Oh, congratulations. Looks like Eric Hesser has received his COVID vaccinations. Inspired. Also got Spencer Pete out here in the Saturn Street Stock. Yeah.
You know, I really did miss that about college. People being rightfully cheerful about shots. So, good for you.
There you go. That's, yeah, different kind of shots, but very good point. Spencer is doing a special controller tonight, as Josh Hoosty in chat is pointing out.
Ooh, what do we got? What do we got?
2 Xbox controllers. His mom is on one and he's on the other, and they're split between the two of them. So I'm guessing one's doing steering and the other's doing gas and brake. That's amazing.
I like how it's taken us a year to the point where our silly controllers need to be group sourced. Where you can no longer have a silly controller that's run by one person. Like, now we start to get into the team efforts.
You love to see it. So after this, we'll have our first edition of the Banger Cross, which is the dirt street stocks at the Sonoma Rallycross track. So that'll be exciting. After that, we'll have Totally Rad, which is the Radicals and the Spec Racer Fords like we did at Oxford, except we're going to do it at Thompson tonight. And then after that will be the feature event, awfully drafty in here at iRacing Super Speedway with the Global MX-5s with a fixed setup. Oh yeah. Yeah, Thompson is banked. It should be pretty awesome. Matt Sitko making an appearance. The Bear Boat Mobile. Oh, into the wall. That's a good sign. Yep. Love to see it. Oh, there's Randy. What are you driving with, Randy?
So I've actually started to run out of ideas, at least short term, for some no pedal, no wheel setups. So are you familiar with the movie Bullitt?
Yes.
So I have obviously painted the car full Bullitt green.
Very nice.
And I'm on the track, so I'm going to minimize. And in another tab, I have the car chase from Bullitt. And with iRacing minimized, I'm just going to copy what Steve McQueen does and hope it leads to victory.
That's amazing. You'd love to see it. That's incredible. That didn't take long.
Yeah, the braille sounds tell me it's not going well.
Amazing. Oh, that's great. There you go. There you go. Turn to the right a little bit and you'll be good.
Yeah, but Steve McQueen doesn't turn to the right.
I was gonna say we could try the broadcaster leading the blind. That could work.
I mean, YOLO, sure, why not?
All right, so straight ahead and don't spin the tires hardcore. Left, straighten out. To the right. Oh God, we're gonna die.
Oh, it sounded like it went well.
We made some progress, but then we. You're gonna have to reset. You're on some tire barrier. Oh, you got down. Wow.
McQueen be with us all.
Yeah. All right. So straight ahead until morning. To the right a little bit. Right some more. There you go. Hard left. Okay. Yeah. Stop. Good call. There you go. Straight ahead. Sure. You're going backwards, so maybe.
It sounds like it went well.
Yeah. You and Matt Sitko have located each other. Wow. All right. Maybe try the McQueen thing again. That might work. All right.
Yeah, that spotting didn't work. Go back to that 60-year-old movie or some shit. It'll probably be better.
We'll give that a shot. That was quality, though. There's a look at Lady A's, Lily Bell Airlines, Aubernon Vineyards, Porsche GT4, the Giga Blast, and the foily S-End. You love to see it. She's got all the right logos on there. Triple caution, Samir, you are breaking the car. Is that a reference you understand, Randy?
Yes, it is. Samir, what are you doing? Samir, you are breaking the car.
There we go. Oh man, you hit that one so hard you giga blasted out of there.
Did I just get DQ'd?
We can fix that. Yep, there you go. Now you can come back. Hopefully.
Yeah, we really need some iRacing options that are like, nah, we know what we're doing. Don't DQ anyone. We'll let God sort it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't need any help, thanks. Get a look at Andre Andreev's GT4. I like it. I don't think it's a Lemons reference, but I like it. Again, this is the mother-son team on 2 Xbox controllers driving the street stock.
That is some wholesome Mother's Day material.
That is very wholesome. Assuming Eric is using an Xbox controller. He's getting around the track pretty good.
Okay, so I'm going to make this even more entertaining.
Excellent.
So, because... all right, whenever they pull the guns out in this chase, every time they take shots, I take shots. We're going to add that to it because that'll be great.
That will be great. Excellent. Additional variables.
I just hit a wall at the same time Steve hit a wall. That was actually kind of cool.
Nice. That's excellent.
Oh, and so begin the shots.
Some nice aerobatics there from Matt Sicko.
All right, shots are down. Do we have any other wacky, notable controllers going on that I missed so far?
None that I was made aware of. I think it's mostly Xbox controllers tonight, with the exception of Spencer and his mother on 2 different Xbox controllers. I think you have the most creative approach tonight, outside of the team effort that we've already discussed. Going to be a long night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what races do we have planned for the evening?
So we've got the No Pedal, No Wheel here at Phoenix Road Course, and then Banger Cross, which is the dirt street stocks at Sonoma Rallycross. That's next. That's going to be incredible. So stoked about that. And then the third race is Totally Rad, the Radicals and the Spec Racer Fords, but we're going to Thompson this time. We did that at Oxford Plains last time, so we'll see if Eric Bureau and Ron Harrington can go defend their Totally Rad championship. And then after that, awfully drafty in here, which will be the MX-5 at iRacing Super Speedway with a fixed setup. Yes, Tyler was the French horn operator. We've also had a Shih Tzu dog. We've also had an Etch-a-Sketch. All kinds of good stuff.
One of the things that I am working on, I'm trying to figure out how to get my cat to play with a D20 die.
Nice.
And somehow interpret D20 rolls from a cat as steering input.
That would be incredible.
Man, sometimes I wish I had the useful brain disorders.
I don't know, this seems pretty useful to me. Think about it. Josh saying, don't forget the pickle, Randy.
Nothing will ever
I was
make me
forgetting
forget
the
sound of that pickle.
I was forgetting the pickle. Yeah, that's a good point. We've had electrocuting pickles as a controller as well. Incredible. Liking that smoke show. Very nice. Oh.
I only do what McQueen asks.
That was violent.
Yeet.
Man, as I'm here just kind of gaming and kind of watching movies, I have to be reminded that the poor designers of my wheel, this is definitely not what they had in mind.
I like what you're doing with it, though. It works. Very nice. Now you're up against the wall.
Okay, I'm gonna try that backwards thing. I think I found another.
Nice. That was a nice punt, lady. Very nice. So I see a new name, and I'm assuming this is Stunt Granny. Yeah, I'm assuming that's who this is.
Oh, we have new people.
Yeah. Nice. We got steering again. That's a good sign. Oh, Ralph painting a car. Nice touch. Nice touch.
Ooh, I got yeeted and then the sound stopped, so that sounds like I'm doing all right.
All right, cleared your blacks again. See if I can see what happened to you. Oh, you were driving backwards on the track. That's what happened.
Well, you'll have that on big jobs like this.
You will. Definitely will.
Yeah, I know today was a big day in the meat space world, so we may be a little light in here. I know Mental was up to some meat space shenanigans for the weekend.
Yeah, Eric also. He's coming home from Sebring, so hope everybody out there in the meat space land had a good race at Sebring this weekend. Oh, there's a nice yeet. Randy gets yeeted. Excellent.
Good, good. Things are going
Ooh,
well.
Nice. Yep. Oh. Oh, you were hopping on your side there. Nice. I don't know if I've seen that before. Excellent.
It's sounding like I may have gone sky ground, and ended facing ground.
That is correct. Big lady's coming to try and flip you over.
Well, I got up, I reset it, but now
Okay.
comes the interesting part of, am I at the correct point in the chase where I can exit the pits?
I'm gonna go with no. You're going backwards on pit road.
Man, this is a terrible, wonderful way to control shit.
It's amazing. There you go. Hopefully this chase goes straight for a little bit. Thank you all.
Now we got a couple sweepers. Oh, and the gun's out.
Oh, time to do a shot.
All right, he's loading. I'm loading. Man, there just has to be something said about Costco rum for the pennies that it is. Beautiful.
Yeah. Nice. Good value. Brian Davidson saying someone should have done the black Charger from Bullitt, and you guys could have duked it out.
If there was a Charger option in iRacing, I totally would have orchestrated it, and that's all we would have done, just all night.
It would have been a mock Charger, I'm assuming. I don't know what car would work best.
Oh, we're coming up at the end of the chase. There's more shots.
Shots? Okay, fine.
I forgot the chase ended with the bad guys hitting the gas station and exploding.
Oh, yeah. How do you simulate that?
Well, if they're going to light up, I'm going to light up.
So, Jeff, if you missed it, Randy is minimizing iRacing and watching the chase scene from Bullitt and driving like Steve McQueen.
Okay.
This is the no pedal, no wheel silly hat, so that's definitely silly.
I do have a tendency of using pedals and wheels, but removing like my eyes or some dumb stuff for these races.
Yeah, it's always quality entertainment. What's up, Jeff? How we doing?
Good. I'm cooking dinner.
Nice.
So that'll yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. What are you cooking?
Yeah, this stream hasn't been a cooking show in a while. We need some recipes. What do we got?
Yeah, there you go.
So I have next to no sense of smell, which means I have a very poor sense of taste. So I didn't realize how important seasoning your food was until I tried cooking for other people. And she complained a lot. And so my recipes are probably not going to be very good. But I take half a pound of raw beef and I put that in a pan on medium heat for 7 to 8 minutes. And then I flip it over. And this is in a circular fashion. And then I do another 7 or 8 minutes on the other side. And then I also have sliced potatoes that have been deep fried in oil, and then frozen to preserve their taste. I have those heating up in the oven during the process at a crispy, balmy 425 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 200 degrees commie units, something like that, probably.
Chat says so far so good.
And that's about it. Then I put a pureed tomato mix on top and serve it on depending on the week, sometimes Wonder Bread, sometimes burger buns.
Nice.
You know why they call it Wonder Bread?
No, I don't.
You wonder why you're eating their bread.
Okay.
Oh man, there went that sponsorship opportunity.
I know, right out the window. Speaking of going right out the window, I learned a couple weeks back that there's a word for throwing someone out of a window. It is defenestrate.
How do you spell
Yes.
that? How do you spell that?
DEFENESTRATE. I think.
That is correct.
So when it comes to defenestration, are you aware of the historical usage of the word?
I am not, no. But Laura used it once, and I said, what the hell does that mean? She said it means to throw out of a window.
Yes. So there was, to boil it down in the fewest words possible, there was an event that sparked some major war many, many centuries ago, known as the Defenestration of Prague, where in Prague, some people decided to just look at some other people. They had an argument, and half of them got thrown out a window. So then they sent more people, then that was known as the Defenestration of Prague, and it started a very large war. And the second best part is it happened later. So there are two historical events known as the Defenestration of Prague, where people were just so mad they chucked each other out windows.
God, let me tell you, I wish that was me.
And this is the kind of content that you don't get in other racing streams.
Fuck, I forgot to put the burgers on. Shh. Sorry, if I can't do that, I apologize.
Again, this is the kind of stuff you don't get in other streams. Could you just imagine a professional NASCAR stream and just Darrell Waltrip screaming that?
Yes.
Yeah, I could picture it, but it's a beautiful picture.
It is beautiful. Oh man.
Oh damn, we racing.
Yeah. I think you're in the pit. You're in the pit lane. Nice.
So I'm gonna get out of the pit because we got to be competitive here.
That's right.
We're gonna park. Those guys in the chase are still smoking, so I'm going to smoke, and then we're gonna hit replay, and we're gonna race again.
Nice. Yeah. Load pointing out that there's a iRacing stream where that happens quite a bit. True. Eric Hesser with the Giga Blast there.
Yeah, we've had some really, really proper no pedal, no wheel setups over this series, and I just like to think back to some of the old ones, like the Etch-a-Sketch. The Etch-a-Sketch was one of the early favorites, and that was a thing of beauty.
All right, so Stunt Granny sent me a link to visual aid here of what his setup is, so let's see if I can get that to work.
So, am I not allowed to say that on the broadcast?
It
So
doesn't.
Etch-a-Sketch, I think you can say it all the time.
So here's
Stunt
Granny's facing the wrong way and driving. Guessing, yep, there we go. I'm wondering, is there someone else involved? I'm not really sure.
Sorry, are we turning on cameras for the broadcast?
No, this is just a visual representation of this no pedal, no wheel setup. I do like the iRacing on the huge TV, though. It's a nice touch.
So we can't turn our cameras on?
You can. Do we need to?
Hang on, I'll be right back.
I don't know if I'm legally allowed to.
Right.
Well, if you're at work, there are sort of employment considerations, Randy.
So I'm wondering if he's having some black flag issues here. Yep, there we go. I cleared. There we go. Maybe he can drive now. Yeah, we'll try it. What's up, Hamza?
Living the dream.
Nice. So yeah, there's an explanation of. Oh, you're good. There's an visual representation of Stunt Granny's setup there, facing the wrong direction. I don't know if there's somebody behind him telling him which way to go, or if he's just winging it.
You know those live streams that zoos make whenever a baby giraffe is born, and the live stream is made so that everyone in the metropolitan area can see the baby giraffe fall on its face because it doesn't know it had the legs yet? That's kind of what we're watching now. Stunt Granny's our little baby giraffe here, and we're just watching him just face plant. It's, you know what, we're all here for it.
Oh, he's moving. He's
behind
him. He's moving now. Here we go. There we go. There we go. So it's an over the shoulder kind of thing. Nice. That's got to be hard to do.
It's like, continuously doing the dad backup.
Yes, there we go. Again, another look at the Stunt Granny's car, if you're just tuning in.
So I was in a professional, driving course, and we're doing some work in the Ford Interceptor, their new Taurus Interceptor, and it's all cool. It's a cop car. We're doing some driving stuff and all that jazz, and I've got a coach in the passenger seat, and it is cryingly funny to all parties involved when you go into a corner at about 95 miles an hour and you give the driving coach the dad arm. We both cracked up.
Nice.
All right, I'm back. Do you need the usual link, Ryan?
Why are we turning our camera on? Did I miss something?
I'll show you in Discord, and then you'll understand. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't think only.
Okay. Yeah, usual link would be great. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so turn this one off first.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. That
Well,
means
it's lemons.
Yeah.
You said we were doing lemons tonight, so here we are.
You're good. You're good.
If this isn't lemons, I don't know what is.
That's
right.
the spirit.
Damn right.
Oops, Steve McQueen says it's shot time again. We're going hard tonight.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But still, no one has answered my question. Was I allowed to say that, or?
Yeah, it's 18
Okay.
plus. It's okay.
Okay. And if there are any kids watching,
Oh, we're
it's time
dying.
to grow up.
Now it's time to go to bed. It's time to
Santa's
grow-
not real.
Santa is not real. There's no such thing as Santa Claus. There is no Easter Bunny, and there is no Queen of England. Okay.
So my daughter is
So I'm gonna put you on the
5.
screen now, Jeff. Okay, while he's telling the
All right,
story.
I'm ready.
Go. All right.
Hamza, did we just make some really, really uncomfortable conversations for you later tonight?
No. My daughter is 5, and she came home from playing with the neighbor kid's house, and she goes, Logan said he lost a tooth and he got money from the tooth fairy, but the tooth fairy's not real. So at 5, we had to tell her, like, some people believe that. You have to let them believe that. And she's like, but he's not real. And so we had to, like, have this conversation about the tooth fairy and Jesus, about how some people believe certain things, and no matter what, you can't tell them they're wrong with a 5-year-old. And my wife and I were just like, we were prepared for the birds and the bees conversation with the teenager, but we were not prepared for the some people believe things and you can't tell them it's not real with a 5-year-old.
Spoiler alert.
It's like, was not ready for this one with a 5-year-old.
So Jeff, do you want to tell the folks at home about your get up there? I'll put you back on screen again here.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know when I'm back on screen.
Okay,
All
you're
right.
on. You're on. There you are.
Hi, everyone. So my name's Jeff McConey. I run one of the top setup shops here on the iRacing platform. I'm one of the top short track drivers on the service. I have the most wins in the open tour mods. And
What are wins?
Over 300, over 300 career wins, all that crazy stuff. I do iRacing for a living. And I'm also the race analyst on Podium Esports for the Road Pro broadcast. I work directly with NASCAR, with Richmond Raceway Esports, a whole lot.
This is a big flex so far.
Right. And here I am dressed in a shark suit. That's how
That's
much
true.
I love lemons.
Well,
so,
thank you. Nice.
You could throw your shoulder picking up all the names after them name drops.
Yeah. I'm checking on the burgers. They've got about 60 seconds until they're done. So I have always admired the cat spinning on the Roomba up in the corner. But
Yes.
that's not why I have the shark suit. So if you've ever seen a Purdue sports game and you've seen all the people that in like the front row going absolutely crazy in the animal onesies, yeah, hi, this is me. There was a picture after Purdue beat Ohio State 49-20. Shout out to my boys, 2018 Boilermakers. Take that, Ohio State. They had one loss the entire year to us. We lost pretty much every other game. And it's like a dude in a shark suit holding up a big sign that says "the." That was me. So
There we go.
Here we
More
go.
flexing. Nice.
more
Awesome.
flexing, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks,
So-
Jeff. Go check those
This
burgers.
Not yet.
All right. Nice.
I'll send
All
you.
right.
I'll send you the picture, and
The
we can put
picture.
that up.
There we go. That'll be good.
So, Hamza, if Jesus isn't real and Santa isn't real, what we just witnessed is what category are we in?
Pretty close to demigod, I guess. I don't know.
Are you calling me a demigod?
No, just everybody's a legend in their own mind.
And in the real one.
I'm just really, really excited now that we're just going to throw this out for the drivers that next week somebody has a mandatory paint scheme of Jeff Macaroni.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to see that. All right. You get a low quality. You know what? Here's a low quality picture of a low quality thing. So it gets the attention. It gets the quality it deserves.
Oh yeah.
All right, 1 second. I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
I think you're just reading down the lines of rejected names we had for this series. Low quality pictures of low quality things was a possible tagline. It's actually a lie. These pictures have always been high quality and amazing. The objects are low quality as hell.
Yeah, I'd say the production value vastly exceeds the competition level. At least, whenever I was involved, which was briefly trying to think that I was good enough to actually do this on Monday nights. I'm barely good enough, or on Sunday nights, I'm barely good enough to get my system to work properly on Monday nights.
Real talk though, of all the things that we've kind of gotten used to doing this, the one thing that I never ever get used to is the level of shenanigans contrasted by the level of professionalism in the actual camera work. Every week, it still utterly baffles me, in the best way.
Absolutely, we get to participate in a well-produced show. It's just that the show was produced vastly better than any of the cast.
Yeah, the
thanks.
show's entire cast, they blew the whole budget on David Attenborough, and the rest of the cast is just assorted meerkats in t-shirts.
Yeah. Michael Bay directing community theater with 12-year-olds. It's there's really good direction, but there's just never going to be an ability to execute that level of performance. Hey, well done. There you are, man. So we are still in no pedal, no wheel, correct, Ryan?
Yes, sir. That is correct. I also have another nice picture to show off too, that I found on the Lemons. Oh, it's actually on our Discord. There's. Oh, hi. Let's see. It's here somewhere. There it is. I think out of context is the best way to show this picture.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a-
Am I? Oh, I fixed it.
Hey, there you are. Hi.
I'm able to be heard now. I pretty much broke my microphone. I don't know what happened.
Yep.
I just pictured a voice out in the ether screaming, "I fixed it," and the response of Jeff and Eric there. Or, I'm sorry, Jeff, of Mental and Eric there.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
It's like two dogs staring at a slinky trying to figure out how's it do that? How's it do that?
This broadcast is basically Sharknado, but from the shark's perspective. That is amazing. Why are they flashing on screen, Ryan?
Why not?
I love my job.
That's right.
Mom, if you're watching, hi. This is your son that has a degree in engineering.
Well, hey, you gotta have a sense of humor, and you gotta let loose sometimes.
So,
You're far from the
Can I-
first misspent engineering degree in 24 Hours of Lemons.
can I get back on screen to tell a story here? Quick story.
Why not? Let's see that one. There you are.
All right. So currently in my fridge, a couple days ago, I bought 2 liters of Coca-Cola. I'm contractually obligated to state that I enjoy Coca-Cola products. So I bought a 2-liter of Coca-Cola, and I've been sipping on it, whatever. And last night, earlier today, I thought to myself, you know what would be really good? You know what I really like getting at McDonald's? Frozen Cokes. How hard can it possibly be to make a frozen Coke? You just freeze the Coke, right? So I put the Coke into the 2-liter into my freezer on it's like a shelf. And then, so you have the shelf here, and let's say this is the Coca-Cola. You put the Coca-Cola in there, and it's right on the shelf. Well, it worked. The Coca-Cola froze. And I did not consider the fact that when something freezes like that, it expands. And I cannot get the Coca-Cola out of my freezer right now. It's stuck.
Excellent. Excellent. F's in chat for Jeff's freezer.
I just really want to get the Coke. I don't know how I'm going to get it. How
Gotta find a nickel for every time I heard that.
Oh, man.
Coke Glacier in F's freezer. Try doing that with the class model.
Hey, what are these broadcasts like? Oh, just dudes in shark suits and Coke problems.
I will say this, though. Coca-Cola products are good.
I do really want a Coca-Cola right now.
I enjoy Sprite.
Trying to figure out, Eric Hesser ended up outside of the racetrack. Yeah, Giga blasted through the fence. There he is.
Oh my god.
That'll happen. There's a way to break the physics engine. We'll figure it out.
Out of the lead. You hate to see it.
But then you love it when it happens.
That's right. So coming up next is Banger Cross from Sonoma Rallycross with the dirt street stocks. So that's exciting. Will be many eats.
Dreamer, I'll find a way to get it out. The easiest solution is to just pull the stuff off of that shelf of the freezer and then pull the shelf out, and then I'll be fine. But
I do
But
like
there's no story in that, so you gotta
there's no good story there. Like realistically, the problem's not that bad. I'll be able to get through. Okay, not yet. Yes, shoot, God.
And in classic stereotypical fashion, he goes, "Nah, my Coke problem's not that bad." Well, wait a minute. And then he just kind of runs off camera.
Where'd he go?
Hacking and coughing in the background.
I think we might need this every now and then. Whenever we get bored, we just drag somebody into the booth who's never seen a single broadcast. It'd be our star at a reasonably priced car. Just sane person in a reasonably priced broadcast.
You're not wrong, Randy.
How does the landing go?
That was amazing. That's some impressive height on the yeetage there.
Yeet. The promo shoots for Kerbal Race Program looking pretty sweet.
Got the footage. Nice, lady. Once at speed. Oh my god.
If he was in VR, he's dead.
This will be better. Nice. Incredible. Higher than the helicopter. Nice. All right, on that, on to Banger Cross.
if I do the Halloween meat space race this year in New Hampshire, we usually bring a hover-round with us as a pit vehicle. I'm gonna also have to bring a shark suit, and just me on the hover-round. This will just be my Halloween costume, just a little shark.
I like it.
I don't know, Hans. I think that with such a, and now the Jeff's back, now that we have such a grouping of apparently strangely used engineering degrees in this broadcast, I mean, the chat keeps talking about how to super chill your beverages. What terribly impractical ways to super chill something quick do we know?
Oh, the CO2 fire extinguisher.
That would do it.
I mean, if there's terribly impractical, that's that, and then the ice. It's hard to beat the practicality of the ice water slurry. That's truly like the go-to. But if we're talking impractical ways, I mean, you could do some, the window AC with the chiller coil cut and re-spliced into like a glycol chiller for a cool suit. I mean, if we're talking really like just trying to get something impractical, expansion being expansion and evaporation both being cooling processes, we could just run the air compressor up to 120 psi and then continuously vent it across a paper towel wrapped around a beer can. I mean, that's a terribly impractical and horribly inefficient cooling process. I don't know. Does that meet your? I'm just I'm a double E by undergrad and a master's in systems engineering, so I was never really a process or a mech-y guy, so I didn't suffer through too many semesters of thermo.
That's solid 3 minutes of beauty. I'm going to listen to the broadcast later. I'm going to save that, and it's going to become my new voicemail greeting message in its entirety. If you need to leave me a message, you need to listen to that. So it better be important.
I actually called Verizon. I've done it now twice. The first time I never set up my voicemail, and it just says, this voicemail has never been set up. It was the best one. Then one time I accidentally set it up, and I had to call Verizon and go through a number of hoops to get them to reset it to 0 as having never been set up. But I have found that not having voicemail is much better than having voicemail, because I don't get any phone calls, any voicemails about things that have already happened, like, hey, we changed the time on that meeting. Now you have to actually contact me to tell me you changed the time in the meeting. And you can't say, why wasn't Hansa there? We left him a voicemail.
Okay, I'm back with my food. The food came out spectacular. So, did they change tracks?
No.
I don't recall seeing dirt or dirt street socks.
They're on their way to the concession stand in Phoenix.
Ah, okay.
So Chad is asking what you're eating, what you're cooking.
We had a whole conversation. We had a whole conversation.
People constantly tune into this, so you're gonna have to tell that again since you're talking about
we need hour by hour CNN style Anderson Cooper giving updates.
Right. Let me put my hood up and then I can explain it. All right, hood's up. Bauer, ready when you are. Okay, so what I have for dinner here is a lovely meat. So basically what you do, it's burgers and fries. How am I supposed to make that sound fancy? You take two 1/3 to 1/2 circular chunks of your favorite grounded beef. I don't know what it did, but that's its punishment. You take 1/3 to 1/2 two of them circles of ground beef. You put them in a pan at about medium heat for about 7 to 8 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, somewhere in there. while doing that, you also put the freezer, you open the freezer, you have the French fries, you put those on a flat metal tray, and then you put those into the oven at a balmy 425 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 200 degrees non-freedom units. So there you go. And then after a little while, you have this, you shove it on a plate and you shove it down your throat. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
So I'm sitting here, my
Hamburger.
Oh, we got multiple pit stall sharing going on here. Let's look at the cars in motion. You were saying, Randy?
But me sitting here, my well intoxicated self, I found all this very entertaining. And then when you gave the recap and you decided to be on video once more, and you just completely committed to it, that's when I started. Laughing and nearly choked to death on a mini donut. So I'm just like, if that's how I did end up going, it would have been completely worth it.
So one time I was sitting in a Discord with one of my friends who's also an engineer, same major as me and everything, and he like got up, and then I had left, and I came back, and I just hear in the background and he's like coughing and choking, and then it was not pretty. And then he came back after about 10 minutes, and I'm like, dude, are you all right? Like, are you sick or something? He goes,
Mach E
"No."
Mustang. Nice.
He goes, no, I'm fine. This happens every time I eat rice. I go, what do you mean this happens every time you eat rice? He goes, yeah, it's the worst part of it when you choke on it. I go, how are you choking on rice? You put it in your mouth, you chew, and then you swallow. Like, how are you doing this? And why is this a consistent problem? He goes, you chew rice? Like, just defeated and sad and everything. It was so now every time I talk to him, you chew rice?
Wow. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood on the front of this car. Nice.
Is Hex Valentine in this race?
Negative.
Wow. He said he was going to paint up a car. Darn.
That shared pit stall with the Kerbal race program and the horse was kind of cut off. So from that particular angle, it just looked like Alf, and I got real confused in a hurry.
That's awesome. Eats rice like a duck. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Juggalos are racing. Yeah, there was an ICP car. If we can find that again. Grand Camaro. That's a nice touch.
It does remind me of the very first time I ever met Eric was at a Gingerman race that I just came to party to, and the paddock, there's the paddock party potluck going on. So I brought a cooler that I just shoved to the brim with Faygo, and on the top in Sharpie I wrote Clown Blood. And the very first time I ever met Eric, he sees Clown Blood, gets real confused, opens it up, realizes the ICP reference, and that's how this began.
Huh. Faygo, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, it was all Faygo in there.
Very
Well,
nice.
I have slaved over a hot stove for the past probably 3 or 4 hours to get this burgers and fries done, so I think I'm going to go enjoy that. But it is always a pleasure stopping in with Lemons. It's never a dull moment.
Thank you, Jeff, for providing tonight's cooking segment.
Yep, and the shark suit wearing segment. Can't forget that.
Very good. Thank you.
Oh, of course. I will catch you all on the flip-flop.
Sounds good.
How do I get out of here? Oh,
Same way you got in.
Oh, you can never leave.
Sorry for being distracted, folks.
It's now time for a 20-minute race in which they must take 3 Joker laps. So that'll be fun.
Hamza, you just had to explain Jesus and Santa in the same conversation. You're allowed to be distracted for a bit.
Well, my daughter has a rough upbringing because she turns 6 next week. on Saturday, and so she wants a unicorn themed birthday party, knowing full well unicorns aren't real, right?
Thanks for the
But
follow.
she's into the Disney, she's into 6-year-old, 5-year-old girl kid stuff, right? It's hard to not like psychologically perfectly crafted marketing material by the Disney law firm, but I am not really big into unicorns and princesses. And I don't know how much my daughter's therapy is going to cost, but I have spent 3.5 kilograms of glow-in-the-dark luminescent filament, and I have 3D printed a, no kidding, full-size 620 centimeter or 620 millimeter long, I don't know how tall it is, but probably 50 centimeter tall unicorn skull. And I'm going to mount it taxidermy style on the wall in my shop. And I'm not sure how much the therapy is going to cost, but we're investing now.
Look at that, flying Camaros. That's very cool. Hamza, nice.
She's got a rough childhood.
Man, of all the things you could have said that I had a possibility of being prepared for, that was not one of them.
I will turn the monitors off and take a picture. Well, it's only really good if it's glow in the dark.
Oh, I mean,
right.
naturally, yeah.
It's really gotta clear some.
Oh,
There was a possible screenshot opportunity or thumbnail opportunity there. The boat-themed car still stuck in the canal blocking shit. Still entertaining to me.
I guess you're in the overflow, Randy, so we're in a different server. That's fun.
Oh, no. I'm just watching the stream. I'm sitting the second one out.
Oh, 10-4. Very good.
Man, I couldn't possibly imagine trying to race and listen to the stream at the same time tonight, especially with the cooking segment, and now we're bringing unicorn skulls. Like, there was no in between that either. Like, that
No.
things. It's an interesting evening.
You don't need a transition.
All right, I'm gonna bring Lady A in to join us. Hey, Lady.
Hi.
Hello. There you are.
Hey, there we
Hello.
go.
Hello.
Hey.
We
Okay,
be,
the horseshoes
we
on
be
the wheel
flying.
cover of the Barbie car are a very, very nice and detailed crafting.
Amen.
This is incredible.
Oh, I need to switch to the other thing, I think.
Let's see. If I'm gonna put a ruler for scale, it should really be the AVE ruler, right?
Right.
Oh, naturally.
Let's see how this shows up in the dark.
Have we had an AVE theme yet in Meat Space or iRacing that we know of?
I briefly toyed with the idea of inviting him to come down and race, but I realized it could be perceived as, pandering. If he did, he would race under a pseudo.
I mean, naturally.
We've had F1 drivers, like actual IndyCar drivers, race under pseudonyms. There's been a number of real quote professionals showing up racing under pseudonym.
Ooh. Hey, that's right. I took up out of my car.
I'll always be a little sour that I never got the opportunity to race with Neil Peart.
Oh man, that would have been cool.
Alright, I'm gonna bring this up. What happens if you log into Discord from both a computer and your phone? Do we reach some sort of, Alright, well, I'm gonna hit you up with this directly. You can drag it in, Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Not Randy, Ryan.
Word.
Tell me what's the word. Oh, hey, Thomas Pyrek. Woohoo!
Parked it.
Speaking of themes that are decent in name, but I don't know how to accomplish, going from the AVE theme to a concept I had, Tom Pyrex. I love the name. I have no idea how to accomplish that.
Like glassware?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Could do a bunch of like borosilicate like labware, because even though it's not technically the Pyrex trade name, it's still borosilicate glass, like you know, beakers and flasks and sort of a laboratory ware. It's not the actual Pyrex trade name, but you know, same shit. Or you could do like cooking ware.
Yeah. I mean, because then it's easy. You just show up with like 4 lasagnas.
Yeah. So Ryan, when you get those under your, I just PM'd them to you, 2 pictures, lights
Nice.
on and lights off.
Oh my.
Shout out to Husty. This is a reference to some of last week's booth conversations.
Oh, it's the candy corn. We've hated candy corn for the entire
corn
pandemic.
Oh no, that's Corn Hub. You missed it
Hub.
last weekend. We
Yeah,
went over
Corn
all the
Hub.
different hubs.
Mmm.
Corn Hub, Morn
Oh.
Hub, Michael Dorn Hub.
I
Space
forgot about
Hub.
Michael Dorn Hub. That's a good one. I'm already a fan.
That's right. Yeah, that Tyler thought about Horn Pub, and then I think we figured out that it's a real place that exists.
Wow, their search engine optimization has got to be rough.
All right, so I'm going to start with the glow in the dark picture first.
All right. Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, but that little black ruler along the side, that's a 6-inch ruler.
Big and spooky.
Hamza, can you be my dad?
No, I don't know if I can afford another child. Not gonna lie, the therapy's gonna be bad enough. Yeah, she's grown up in this. So our neighbor, like a couple building houses down. Yeah, that's it. Not glowing.
My little pony, my little pony.
Yeah, so I'm not real thrilled on the unicorn theme, so I'm stuffing and taxidermy mounting all the unicorn shit in the house. But she's under this world that like it's to her common that everybody has race cars and shops, because a couple doors down, the guy's got a drag car, you know, a big, you know, LS powered B body. And so to her, it's just normal that, you know, of course. So yeah, like, you know 10% of all the people have race cars and, you know, shops and 3D printers. She'll ask like, hey, I need a box for this, or I want this. Can the robot make it? Can you 3D print it? And so like just growing up, this concept of growing up as a 5-year-old with the idea that anything can be created and you can wake up with a thing the next day. I don't know if this is good or bad, but it's a weird world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tyler. If she saw that in the dark. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna end up paying in therapy.
But the closest thing I have is my next door neighbor. He's got this 1978, guessing, Dodge Magnum that he starts up on occasion to make sure it's still alive. It's green. The lens covers have cataracts, like thick-ass cataracts. And it's usually under a tarp. So, I don't know if he drives it, but that's all I got.
I mean, that's kind of style points to give your car cataracts. I gotta give credit where credit's due. That's style points.
Yeah, it's beechwood aged plastic for 40 plus years.
Oh, I thought it was like intentional.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, I got you now.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was an intentional thing. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, I was thinking, like, you know how people do like the little eyes on the Miatas, the little googly eye things, you know?
Oh.
Maybe bloodshot googly eyes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I have 2-inch googly eyes on the front of my Oculus headset. I might need to pull the plastic off and make like bloodshot red eyes on my VR headset.
So, do all these tracks have a 16 car limit, the Rallycross?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a limitation of Rallycross. You could do like an NCAA tournament if you had a whole bunch of people that wanted to do banger cross though, or something like that.
There you go. The May Madness, Lemons Madness, yes.
Nice.
That way we don't get sued by the NCAA.
Yeah, speaking of like weird neighborhood vehicles, yesterday I saw a guy with a legitimate daily driver DeLorean just buying groceries.
So, my high school best friend, still friends to this day, he and his father have a DeLorean with the original license plate. Of course, has to say 88 miles per hour. It's been in several music videos and all that sort of stuff. But when we were in high school, we would ask, hey, can we grab the DeLorean and go do something dumb with it just like that? And it was like the coolest thing. You could have put us in any supercar and it would have been less cool in the mid 90s than being in a DeLorean, like going to get like ice cream, or we were in, Midwest, so you'd go to Culver's and get custard in a DeLorean.
Nice.
Yeah.
Legacy Muse asks, how would Lemons Madness be different from any other day in Lemons? Branding. It's officially Lemons Madness. And we have the bracket and stuff, so that's how.
I love the feng shui of just the cartwheeling car in the background.
Sorry, you guys have to listen. I'm doing laundry at the same time.
Well, it's just kind of multitasking that makes this really an efficient kind of booth.
Trying to have some semblance of a life as I, 3D print unicorn skulls for my emotionally scarred child.
Yeah, I actually get to do laundry in my house. I barely have a laundromat to go to now. Almost all the machines are broke.
Well, if by chance the unicorn skull doesn't, scar her for life, she will be like evil super genius levels of just unbreakable.
Wow.
You don't know the cards he dealt, but she's been through heart surgery. She's been through a bunch of other stuff. So as long as she's happy in her life, then we're pretty happy. But yeah, she's pretty. She's a kid, so she still gets scared and responds. But the level of weird she's grown accustomed to, I'll say, is pretty solid.
Man, you're gonna have me 3D printer shopping here at about 1 a.m. when I definitely should not be.
If it's for a toy, I'll save you. If you trust me, I'll save you all the googling. If it's for a toy, get the cheap Monoprice Maker Select Wanho. They're all Chinese knockoffs, or the Creality Ender, whatever, 3 Ender, whatever. They're all knockoffs of the Prusa i3 or the Prusa Mark III. If it's for a toy, just get that. There's like all kinds of amazing ones for less than $300. 2-day shipping off Amazon for $350. Get two 2 spools of filament with it, and you're up and running in 20 minutes. If it's for a toy, just don't even shop. Just go get an Ender 3 off Amazon, a Creality Ender, or go get a Monoprice Select Mini, like what Tyler just said, and just do it and be done with it. If it's for work in any way, shape, or form, or if you're gonna, thinking about, a weird bracket that you're gonna do, and you want a production machine, just get a Prusa. Again, you go from $200 to $1,000. But just, if it's for fun, get a knockoff clone of the Prusa and be done with it. Yeah, Tyler's like, the wire for the bed is not strain relieved, all this other stuff. They're knockoffs of the good one. The good one is $1,000, and it's amazing, and they've been back ordered, like they were 6 or 8 week lead times throughout the whole pandemic. However, it's totally worth it if you're going to do it for work. If it's for fun, get a knockoff of it. Just get a clone of it, and then use the good software. The good one, the software they've released for free, so you can still use the good software on your Chinese clone. Yeah, use Prusa Slicer on a Chinese clone of the Prusa, and just be done with it.
Again, it appears that we have accidentally made this stream legitimately incredibly useful.
Yes.
Sorry. I'll knock off here in about 45 minutes, so we can go downhill. We can race to the bottom between now and then if you want.
Wee.
Hey, Randy, you're out in California, right?
Negative. I am Pittsburgh,
you're in
Detroit.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's right. Sorry, I had you confused with. I was thinking of somebody else. Sorry, disregard. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go out and race Thunder Hill. So I'm gonna make it.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, I need to make it out west for some of these races in the next couple of years.
This is my first venture out west in 3 years or so. I think I've been entirely East Coast and the South for the last 3 years. But when I first really got into it in 2013, 13 and 14, I was bouncing all over the country. My wife and I were flying, racing, doing all kinds of stuff, and then you have kids, slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like a common theme there.
Science.
Tyler asking if we're going to be a gingerman. I am almost certainly going to be a gingerman.
I think that's actually one that a Midwest one that works with my schedule. I am not 100% sure. I don't know what state I'm going to be in prior to it, but I want to make it there. I've actually never raced Gingerman Raceway.
I think I'm gonna either be a spectator or help a team at New Jersey. Because I just remembered what I'm actually getting. I mentioned like a week or two ago that I was getting a Supra. That's the week after Jersey. So what I'll actually have is this Hyundai Palisade, big ass SUV. So definitely plenty of room to haul shit.
Are you working still as a journalist?
Yeah. Still in the
you get press cars.
I do get press cars.
Nice.
In fact, I'm getting one. I think either Wednesday or Thursday. It's going to be a Toyota Venza. So I have 2 Toyotas in my side of the driveway.
Nice.
And then the Mazda CX-30, late May to early June. And absent chat for Mr. Smith, who almost got clipped.
Lydia, you're actually in Virginia, D.C., Northern Virginia area as well, aren't you?
I'm in Southwest Virginia. I'm on the other side.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, New River Valley, baby. Virginia Tech.
Gotcha, all right.
Yeah.
I make it down as close to you as Charlottesville every now and then.
Ah.
But I'm not all the way down to that corner of Virginia.
It's not a bad place to be. I mean, I'm in the mountains. My mom's side of the family lives here, so I wound up here almost 4 years ago in October. Yeah, it's been not bad.
No, I've never had a problem going down to the Shenandoahs, going and working down there in any way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, it's my wife works in DC, so we stay near here, and I just bounce down there for work periodically. I've just never had a reason to get further south.
Gotcha. I actually have a cousin-in-law who works in the DC area. She works at the ABC affiliate as a digital journalist. So you don't see her on TV much, if at all, but she does do some stories and stuff.
That's cool.
Yep.
And what do we got? We got A. Smith running away with it. Final lap with 26-second lead. And with these short tracks, it's
yeah,
all but his to walk away with.
One of two cars on the lead lap.
Hopefully he did his 3 Joker laps that are required.
We may have missed that part.
Yeah, we definitely did. I just don't have that information, unfortunately.
But yeah, Gingerman is a great meat space race. The track is, I could take it or leave it. It feels like a big autocross course. Not terrible, but it's fun enough. But the party at Gingerman with the people that go to Gingerman, absolutely wonderful.
Are you taking a car there, Randy?
Yeah, we're probably taking the Subaru, and if we have enough interest, we might double team and take the Simca.
How is the Simca running right now? You have a Simca with much pedigree. I have many hours in that car.
So it is not running. We actually haven't done too much to it since we got it. It still has the motor that it last ran and utterly melted at its last event. And we have a apparently working spare, so we're just going to subframe drop and swap everything and just see where we go from there.
That car's been hammered on by a lot of people. That car has been well raced, well used. Yeah.
Yeah, the Simca has some legitimate racing and story pedigree. We got to do it justice.
Oh yeah.
No, so I'm looking here at Thomas in the chat. So the Simca in Pittsburgh, that was Soggy a couple weeks ago, and he was driving the super rare Simca 1198 something though. Yeah, there was almost a Simca showdown in Pittsburgh. That would have been wonderful.
Well, Soggy owns there's actual people in the Simca Club of America that actually know him, that he has bought all of their that they want for their show cars, and he's actually upset them that he intends to destroy them. He has some significant percentage of rare Simca parts.
Oh yeah, the almost fanatical Soggy hatred in the groups is pretty fun to watch.
Because they're all real fanatical fans of a rare French marquee car, and Soggy thinks it's hilarious to just 3-wheel him around a racetrack.
Yeah, Soggy just goes, baguette machine go burr.
Well, I'm just getting ready to hop into my radical.
Oh, that's right. I did a paint for the next race, so I should get into that.
Yeah, I updated my sponsors arrangement on my radical because I didn't realize when I put the Michelin on that the canards would bifurcate the moose. So I was like, fuck. So I put the moose on the back and put Yokohama under the canards, and
do you also have a sponsorship priority where you have to who gets better billing based off of their funding? I don't know how much Michelin is giving you, but I don't know. That seems pretty intense for a fake sponsorship for a fake race car.
I just like making my stuff look cool.
Oh yeah, it looks good. I was just saying it's a pretty serious remodel and assessment.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know the canards would actually do that when I saw the template. I thought it was like, okay, and then I see it in my garage and like, okay.
There it is, Aaron Smith with a whole lap up on Nate Chavine. Yeah, I mean,
Yeet.
Yeet.
now, okay, so yes, they're limited to 16 cars, but the top 12 are all within 3 laps. So
Nice.
non-trivial stack.
And I also, on the taillights of my Ratty, I moved shrank the Lemons logos, the 2 of them, just so that they wouldn't get eaten up by the taillights. So that's another thing I noticed.
Mighty.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wash my hands, put on my real deal racing gloves, and get some practice in.
Good
I
luck.
shall return. Thank you.
Awesome.
I shall return.
But yeah, the Gingerman party is always wonderful because the people are just so great, and the last time that I was there in full party mode, there was bonfires and lots of drinking. It was like 4 a.m. Just a great, like, old fashioned, just nice time.
Ain't nothing like a Gingerman party because a Gingerman party don't stop.
Yeah, along those lines.
All right, we're now at Thompson for Totally Rad. We've got the Radicals and the Spec Racer Fords for a 20-minute race. Got about 11 and a half minutes left in warm-up. Let's check out some liveries. Ooh, a Ward Hub. This is nice. Ron Harrington dropping it like it's hot.
More homage to the theme from last that
Yep.
Judgmental.
Rad.
Excellent judgmental.
Ward Hub. Nice.
Mental's little spotlights on the Only Lambs updates have been interesting. He's taken them well, at least.
Got Tyler's, can't remember, creature from something. Anime, maybe? Sure. Rad. There we go. Andy's got it. Nailed it. It's rad. The Corn Hub is back. Oh, and a QR code if you dare.
Yeah, no. Such a scary prospect. Like, it could lead to just, a giant pickle incident, or it could lead to, like, malicious code. There's a pretty wide range of people who would put a QR code into a public-facing YouTube.
Right?
Oh man, if I only had my iPhone, I'd take a photo of that, but that's probably like some cool story.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in ground school right now, so I'm giving up on flying training to hang out here. But I wasn't going to make the start of that on time, so I'll have to watch a saved video.
Ah.
Load pointing out that that's Appa from Avatar on Tyler's car. Thank you.
That's probably why Chris and Chrissy in the Grander 3-pedal group is not here either. We all decided to do ground school and fly airplanes this summer. We're not really good at good decisions. Oh, Aaron Linneman. All right, he's and Carpenter, Dave Carpenter's, leading warm up. So that's like being the best at exercising. 2 3-pedal teammates that are going to be racing. Excellent.
Yeah, I didn't realize all of your flight stuff had turned into a massive team effort.
Well, it hasn't officially materialized yet, but there was enough of us that were like, should we just buy an airplane? And then it hasn't materialized yet, but we all want to prep for if it does. So we're like, well, there's no harm in starting, because if it does materialize and suddenly we kick in the nickels and we own an airplane, we should probably have done ground school. Somebody's gonna have to go fly this fucking thing. So yeah, there's a few of us, and then there's a couple of the folks from Sputnik. So, all right, so you're East Coaster. So yeah, it's basically Sputnik and 3-pedal that are looking at learning to fly airplanes this summer.
That sounds like a sitcom.
Well, it's not the whole team, but it's, those of us in the DC metro area. These are real first world ways to solve, quarantine blues.
But my pedals just broke again. So I'm gonna get my Xbox controller back out and drive that.
Sorry to hear that.
No worries.
There's some aggressive driving out here for people all in cars made out of tissue paper.
Yeah.
Spec Rob Ford.
Hell yeah. I saw that earlier in car.
This has been a meat space theme I've wanted to do for years, and I still eventually will.
Excellent. Spec Rob Ford.
Rob Ford was easily my favorite crack-smoking mayor that comes to mind.
I mean, in the span of all the litany of crack-smoking mayors, yeah. Oh man, that's good. That's rich right there. That made my whole day right there.
So Duclos just rear-ended and destroyed me because he got close, read the paint, and then there we were.
What are you? Oh, there. I was gonna say. All right.
Oh, I've bent the car, and now there's a Rob Ford looking at me more directly. I can't deal with this.
That is beautiful. Outstanding. Well, the smushed face makes it even better. It was good before. This is great now.
Yeah, this is true performance art of some sort.
So, Speedy Cup, actually, he and I were talking years ago about how do you describe the different categories of people, and some people are like, I want to go fast, they're ostensibly Ricky Bobby incarnate. And then we were talking about other folks, and we said, no, it's basically motorized performance art. It's an opportunity to express certain things. It is motorized performance art. Now, that's the best way to describe it. The sight gag at 80 miles an hour from 300 meters away was another outstanding way to explain it.
Yeah, that really explains the motives of many of really the best teams.
Yeah, if it's a sight gag that works at 80 miles an hour from 300 meters away, that's at the great impact. Now, then there's the perfect, quote unquote, the perfect theme that 3 people need to get. If everybody gets it, it's too pedestrian. If nobody gets it, it's too obscure. But like, if 3 people in the whole paddock get it without any explanation, then it's like the perfect mix. And the crowd went wild.
Man, that's just some heavy stuff to contemplate there. Yeah, we really struggled meat space this year, trying to come up with something to beat Only Lambs, and we realized we don't think we can, so we're just going to update Only Lambs all year long.
Well, that's a gift that keeps on giving, Are you running under the gang that ruins the national championship, or are you running
absolutely.
Under? Yeah. That's its own level of humor.
Yeah, that's going to be a gag that pays off all year long.
Oh, of course, we've already been called out on it, but it's at this point, it's great. It's just, it is the joke. That's the fun of it. And the nice thing is that, like, so many people will have run under that banner that everybody gets to be part of something glorious.
Oh yeah, it's like there's no losing in this for anyone.
Exactly.
Hey kids, you remember that time we won the national championship through attrition?
No, not through attrition, through volume.
Wow, you guys really fast that year? No, we came DFL, like multiple races.
Yeah, we just entered like straight up through volume of entries. Like I've said before, I'm of the opinion that the quality of racing has actually gotten too good for us to comment on the race during these things.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine commenting on the hyper aliens from Friday nights happening.
Oh, are you in another league that has like again, like you said, hyper aliens?
Yeah, Jeff McConey has this thing. Let me park my car first. So yeah, Jeff McConey Setups is doing a next gen Friday night happening, and a few of us Lemons people did that Friday, the very first one, which was at Richmond, and lots of hyper aliens with 7,000 plus IR ratings.
I don't know. Is that high?
Yeah, high. Yes, that's what
okay.
There are people who do the NASCAR Coca-Cola series and that happening.
Oh, okay. Those are words that mean something to somebody, I'm sure. I'm just messing with you, Lady A.
Oh.
I'm just messing with you. No, that's awesome. So you're up there you're up over there on, you said Fridays, racing with the hyper aliens.
Yep, Podium Esports broadcasts.
And is it just like laser focus and like there's no shenanigans? It's just race to turn 1 and then duke it out for 20 minutes. A couple of
laps.
Yeah, a couple of passes, but yeah, 150 laps of driving in your line, in your lane.
A couple of us made it to the 150 lap feature and did pretty well against all that. But the next one is going to be at the Charlotte Roval, and I think the idea is to get as many of us Lemons people in as possible.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting rookies in that race the other night, but I like to think we made it interesting.
Yeah.
We welcome one, we welcome all.
Go gadget rolling chicane.
All right, so we have a 20-minute totally rad showdown here at Thompson between the Radicals and the Spec Racer Fords. Looks like we've got 19 Radicals and 7 Spec Racer Fords. 26
Say
cars.
goodnight to the Spec Racer Fords.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not a competition that's like not going to be say fair, but they're two different cars in two different classes.
And
You know, that's super duper.
You have Mr. Rogers there staring at you too. Nice. Oh boy, here we go. Are we doing another pace lap? Yep, one more pace lap. Sorry, the people that make this broadcast more entertaining are not here, so you're stuck with it. But hey, we'll have a good time.
I said it a couple weeks ago, but I'll say it again. I am contemplating the iRacing pace car as a meat space theme for 2021.
Nice.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Now, I don't have the smooth curve sedan. I've got the E36, but I think it would still work if just painted on, just plain as day, and just roll with it like I own it. You think that would be well received for the year, Bish?
Oh, absolutely.
And maybe with the collection of the best decals of the fake sponsorship bullshit, like the Mooshlongs, et cetera. I think that would make a good kind of perma theme for a year or two.
Yeah, and I mean, I could also see it getting shared quite a bit, just pictures of it.
Yeah. Which is where I run the question of, like, if I do the actual iRacing theme job, but then fake sponsors, am I encroaching in too much on something that, if it's themed around too much, it can be I'm not worried about, like, ain't nobody gonna sue anybody. I'm just talking, like, am I towing the too rude to a company that, like, does support us line? Because iRacing doesn't have this, like, the same sponsorship sort of image as, like, Yokohama, that truly we think doesn't give a F. They are cracking up at it since they're doing the Yokohama tire decals. Or actually, maybe Ryan, like, does iRacing have a sense of humor like that? Like, is that something that would be well received?
I think so, given everyone that does the iRacing in the Lemons community. I think it would be a hoot.
I mean, yeah, everybody in this community is gonna know, but I just, like, I don't do InstaFace or whatever it's called, but if it makes it up there, like, I don't want to accidentally offend somebody who it does matter to.
That's why you got to go in for the shock and awe strategy. Like, the theming has to be so perfectly done and so shocking that they don't even look at the sponsors.
Oh, okay, I got you there. Like, yeah, I was just gonna, do the standard sort of Lemons theming of, since the car's currently red, I'm gonna take 2 coats of, white Rust-Oleum gloss white, and with, hardener, roll over my car again, add another 8 pounds of speed. And with 8 pounds of speed added to it, then either do vinyl or actual cut in and paint in the red and blue. But I do have a vinyl cutter, so vinyl's not that crazy.
We'll say once we figured out how to paint cars with with just regular Rust-Oleum paint. Life has been pretty great since then.
Dude, that's the only way to paint a car. I just the Rust-Oleum enamel in the quart can with the hardener, and just roll that on and then throw away the roller. It has been glorious. And then all the rest you do, spray can touch-ups or spray can cut-ins or trimming, But we've been doing roll-on base coats since I started this back in 2012. I assume that's what you're talking about, like the roll-on base coat? Yep. For those that are, listening or watching that don't know about it, it is, you take Rust-Oleum enamel paint, right, available at Lowe's in like 20 different base colors. Don't tint it, don't do anything with it, but then get enamel paint hardener or tractor paint hardener. You can order it from Amazon or go get it at Tractor Supply or whatever. A really good automotive shop will have it, but get some enamel hardener, put it in with the right ratio, and just, also thin it with mineral spirits, add the hardener, and roll it on. So follow the thinning directions, add the hardener, and roll it. It's amazing. And Lowe's carries an infinite volume of touch-up colors. Sorry, I made the podcast or the video useful again.
No, that's okay. It's great. Tonight's Now You Know moment brought to you by Hamsa. Thank you, Hamsa.
Those foam rollers, not the nap rollers like you roll your walls with, but use those foam rollers. It's unbeatable for paint that you're going to potentially trade with somebody else or scuff off on a doing whatever. Yeah, it's unbeatable. Yeah, they're just good now. All the drivers are just good. Lady Ace signed out because she's in 27th or what, but 24th. But all the driving is just good. There's incidents, but for the most part, people got good. What is it in Happy Gilmore when like Happy learned to putt?
Yeah, exactly.
So are you aware of the Facebook page for the Great Lakes Lemons roasters?
I don't face page. I don't have any in the traditional sense. I don't have any social media. I refuse to be yelled at or talked to by anybody who I didn't agree to up front. So just on principle. Yeah, Discord, Slack, etc. But I don't do any of my Insta-face tweets or whatever.
So we do have a group for the races of the Great Lakes region, and it's just a roast group where we all just roast each other during every waking moment of the off season. And that was the post for Second Gingerman last year. It was we learned how to putt. Just because that was our only race that we came in like the top half, which is incredibly uncharacteristic of us.
Yeah. You can screw up and score in the top half if you're not careful. Are you racing right now, Randy?
I am. I'm still out here in the Spec Rob Ford.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you're still out there.
Ooh, Rob Ford has taken a massive hit.
That looked violent, Randy.
Looked emotional.
Yeah, that was some pain there.
I just realized that Nicholas A. In the chat said it would be best if Jay let it really be the pace car. It would probably, I don't want to speak for Jay, but that's something that different race organizers or officials would certainly do. I was the pace car out in, not Buttonwillow, maybe it was Buttonwillow. Yeah, it was Buttonwillow for the O.J. Simpson low-speed chase. I was one of the police cars that was chasing the white Bronco as the 7-car police pace assembly.
Back, by the way, my Discord just broke a while ago.
Well, welcome back.
It drove in silence.
It's all right. I'm sure you said something witty, profound, prophetic, and life-changing.
No, I was just trying to drive.
I don't know, man. You're the one teaching us how to like chill our drinks and print skulls. Like you're the useful and prophetic one here tonight.
You asked about the chilling the drink. I didn't volunteer that knowledge. You asked. Actually, I'm looking across my lab bench, which is a disaster right now, and I wonder what the evaporative potential, the thermal potential in a can of air dust, the canned air. I've got a 10 ounce, which has got a propane propellant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what the thermal potential is in this thing. If you evaporated it from liquid, the standard invert, to standard temperature and pressure, which is what, 15 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees science at sea level? All right. Well, depends on if I have 2 or 3 more beers, I'll break out Excel.
Oh yeah, we're getting into some prime lemons after dark material here, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you end up with a 7-pound unicorn skull. Let's be honest. You don't start any of these fucking processes totally sober. You're like, oh wow, what'd be great? No, you start this out over your Discord chat with your other, engine nerds, and somebody goes, oh, you should print a skull. I'm like, yeah, I should. And then you realize the slippery slope from I should print a unicorn skull, I should print a unicorn, to I should print a unicorn skull, to I should print a unicorn skull life-size, to a life-size horse head with a cat-drawn unicorn horn sticking out of it. It's a slippery slope. It's not, it's not for the faint of heart.
And then the animatronics get involved.
Oh yeah.
Buddies.
Yeah, that's how you end up with the, flat Earth racing BMW, or that's how you end up with the Springtime for Hitler theme. Like, yeah, these are not things that happen instantaneous. There's a parade of failure, or what we would call the ladder of failure. A series of seemingly separate events, each of which inconsequential of its own, but when arranged in order, lead you to either a bad situation or a bad decision. That's right. Jim Power, 15 dungarees, science. And yes, Rowan Lane, there is an iRacing league for lemons. It's isuckatracing.com. You too can suck at racing.
Yep.
Get yourself one of them fake racing setups. If you need one, there's Bearded Sim Racer Productions, there's Top Flight Computers, there's Nemesis Labs, and then once you get yourself one of them fake racing setups, you can come fake race and suck at fake racing like the rest of us. I am not good at this. Like, I can't shill like Mental. Mental can shill. He could sell, used marital novelty aids. He could sell ice in Alaska. I can't shill like Mental can.
Of course, if you want a fancy steering wheel, ARD got to hook up for you. That's for your fake rig, though, not your real rig, that I'm aware of.
No, we just use NRG quick disconnects pretty much universally. You could kind of swap steering wheels in a real meat space paddock. I think like probably 50% of the paddock has the same like steering wheel quick disconnects.
Uh-huh. Now if you are doing real fake Yeah. Let me pull over. I'll do that bit here.
You're blinking out. Yeah, you're tweaking on us, Lady A.
This is ground control to Lady A.
Take your protein pills and put your helmet on.
Why'd you go Irish at the end?
Hold it. I need to go to the music store and get a capo so I can just hold down my push to talk.
Get a what?
A capo, it's used to hold down a guitar string so you can like play simple notes and stuff.
Oh, I thought it was French for hat. But yeah.
That's what I was about to say though. If you're doing meat space racing, right? Yokohama tires. Get those Yokohamas on. And if you got the right ones, you get the Road Mangler LMs. Good times. And
it's a hard call for us because as a whole team, we've almost entirely switched over to the Hankook Ventus RS4s. I've actually never I've been doing Lemons longer than I've been married, so in 9 years of Lemons racing, I've actually not run Yokohama tires. They've come highly rated. Don't get me wrong. It's just like sizes, treads, timing, when you need a set, when things go on sale. I almost want to go out and get a set, but I have 3 sets still out in my shop right now, so it's like so hard. And then as the teams, you try to standardize your tires, standardize your wheels, so that you can at least trade between each other if you've got the same bolt pattern.
Yeah, the AO52 is a legitimately wonderful tire, especially like all the autocross guys that I hang out with. Like that is the competent sticky 200 treadwear to have.
How do they wear on an endurance track?
That's why the autocross people use them.
Yeah.
Because, they will work, and I mean I think that's what they have the Advance for. But yeah, I know the AO52 is sticky boy.
Yeah, and like, man, there's some incredible sticky 200 treadwear tires, but I need something that can get, well, we all need something that can do 16 hours of it or 24 hours of it, and then we want it to be trashed. Like, we're not selling used treads, like we're throwing them out. But after 16 hours, I don't care what's left, but I need it to last 16 hours. So that's the rough one of non-stop use. If you have a good race weekend, those tires are turning for 16 hours of race time minus a grand total of 50 minutes of pit time if you have a perfect weekend. So man, it's hard to switch up from what you know.
Yep.
Because it's $1,000 to test. To try something new out costs you $1,000, and if it doesn't work out, you're going to spend $1,000 to get replacements on Saturday afternoon. So if you're not sure if they're going to last all weekend, you got to spend $2,000 to get a set, and then a set of what you know. Yeah, it's tough.
How hard is it to get a set of tires to last the whole weekend?
So it depends on the car, the setup. Yeah. So it's pretty common in Lemons racing. Once you settle in with your driving style, your drivers, your suspension and all that, and you sort out what you're going with, like that's why I said, like, we've, as a team, for the most part, all of our lightweight, so if it's an E36 or lighter car, most people have been running the Ventus RS4s because they're good, they're consistent, they don't taper off, but you can also get 16 or 20 hours out of them.
Huh.
And
nice.
Of not abuse. If you square them or do something silly, then there's no recovering from that. So yeah, so like it's hard to do that. At 200 and 200 and change bucks a corner, and you're bringing 2 sets as it is, because that's just like if you know what you got, you bring 2 sets of tires, and if you don't know what you got, you might bring 2.5 or 3 sets of tires. So it's so expensive to change tires. Once you know what works and you're like, oh, okay, we're doing okay with this, it's just so expensive to change.
Makes sense to me. Saw the leader go around. He had over a lap lead, so he's able to maintain that.
Yeah, Thomas, like Pyric, if you found a company that had money, I don't know, were you getting at that point? Were you churning free tires? Like, if I could find that a money back guarantee, if they'd last half a day but they were ostensibly free, yeah, I would front for 4 sets of tires, and then get free tires as I rotated them through. But man, that's a golden ticket if you could find that. It's because, tires, fuel, and brake are your leading consumables, and it costs a meat space Lemons car. It doesn't matter if it's a Simca or a 500 horsepower Gen 3 Camaro, or a 400, whatever, or a BMW, a cheaty BMW E36, or an Acura, or a Honda Civic. It costs $3 to $4 grand to field a Lemons car for a weekend.
Wow. All that for a $5 crap can.
And that's not the car, that's the fielding cost. Right? Like, my car burns 6.5 gallons of fuel per hour. Well, just go ahead and multiply that by $3 per gallon and multiply that by 16 hours. So just straight up, we haven't worn anything, no consumables. We're burning 6.5 gallons an hour. And you start to just run some math out on that, and then you're like, okay, you're going to consume a set of tires at $200 a corner plus mounting. You're going to consume some percent of brakes. Let's just say 10 or 20% of your brakes between rotors and pads. If ever this is not something hasn't gone wrong. You haven't gotten like a kinetic alignment by somebody trying to use your brakes in turn 3. This is just like you're just turning tires. So you're going to consume 10% of your brakes or 20% of your brakes, but your brakes are, $20 a rotor for the back, $100 a rotors for the front, thereabouts, rough wag, and $400 or $500 for all 4 corners for brakes. So you're consuming $100 and change bucks in brakes. You're consuming $1,000 in tires. You're consuming, $40 an hour in gas. So it costs, running a meat space race depends on how you do it. It costs between $2 and $6 a minute. So, when it's a good way to go broke, but it's also really fun. There's worse things to do. I could have a good bar tab every, weekend.
Yeah, that's something we actually were really able to cut a lot of costs out. Anytime there's a race near a Costco, we just load up a 55-gallon drum on the trailer and go fill it at the local Costco. And that is the looks that you get whenever you sit there and you fill a Suburban and the 55-gallon drum, and you have to swipe your card like 4 times a day.
Yeah, and you save 70 cents a gallon, right? Because you go from $3 a gallon pump gas outside the track. We're not talking purchasing at track. Purchasing at track, you'll go broke right quick. But you save 70 cents a gallon, which is, you're like, oh, what's the big deal? But you realize really quick that you're purchasing 150 gallons of fuel.
That's truck driver stuff right there.
I mean, meat space racing is an exercise in project management.
Yeah, there's very little actual racing that goes into it.
Tyler says his airplane costs $1 a minute, just over $1 a minute.
Yeah. Yep. It's cheaper to fly airplanes than it is to race cars. But so be it. If you don't break a single thing, even if you don't turn a single minute on the lap, even if you don't even start your car, just to bring a race car to the track, you're already sunk in for $1,500.
Ron Harrington able to defend his title in the Spec Racer Ford. Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Oh yeah. Just to show up and bring your car to the track and get a paddock space costs you $1,500 for the weekend. So like, between track insurance, crash fire rescue, everybody else being on site, having the corner workers there, it takes a lot to turn the lights on a racetrack.
I bet.
And then when shit starts going wrong, that's when stuff gets real expensive in a hurry.
You start doing Saturday night runs to go buy a parts donor car, and you're like, I don't care, but just go buy another BMW, 325. Find a $2,000 or $3,000 car on Craigslist, and hassle them till they answer their phone at 9 p.m. and go buy the car. We need the engine and transmission out of it.
Yeah, it was I think it was our first. No, it was our second Gingerman attempt that we went and we chewed up a distributor gear and the counterpart gear for it, and we couldn't find those gears anywhere. So we bought the entire drivetrain out of a '77 Pinto from the other side of the state for these 2 goddamn gears.
Yeah, and how much did you spend for 2 gears?
For 2 gears, it was about $500 for the powertrain and the entire day to send a couple of guys in a truck across the state to get it.
Absolutely. What was it was in the New Orleans wrap up. They needed a cam or something, and they had a spare, but it was in their team build shop in Texas. So they called a friend. He broke into their shop because it was locked. Got the parts they needed, got on a flight. They did a round trip flight from Texas to New Orleans, and they flew in the parts on Saturday night.
Wow.
Well, because you're sunk in. Once you show up and start the car, you're in for $3,500 or $4,000. And if you're doing hotels and a couple of, like sometimes my wife and daughter travel with me, so it's sort of like there's a vacation-ish thing involved, or it's like the end of a work trip, so that you got these other complicating factors. So like, at some point you're like, well, Tom can go break into the shop and get the parts, and let's just front him a $400 plane ticket. Oh yeah, sure. Let's get the parts here for $400. And it becomes like an opportunity cost or a loss prevention cost. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So running a meat space team is a budget and project management task, full on. You know how you become a millionaire racing cars, right, Lady A?
By having a small fortune. But no, by having a big fortune to win a small fortune, yes.
That's right. You start with a couple million and you work your way down to only $1 million.
That's why you sell merch.
It's hard. It's hard to do, and when you're doing it, and like most of us are in it purely for the amateur fun of it. Like I got a real job. I got other hobbies, but this one's fun, just pure fun. So it's still worth it. Like it suddenly becomes worth it to go like fly out to California, race a car for a day and a half, fly back, because I haven't seen some people in a year.
Yeah.
And now we're all vaccinated, so let's go do it. I can tell right now this like stack up of Mazdas, it's gonna be good driving and good drivable cars on a huge track.
Yeah, apparently I need to leave it in 5th gear to get the highest speeds, because 6 is just slowing me down.
Well, with the banking, you actually are running into a torque, knee in the curve torque problem. Right, the banking is your braking. So once you find your happy gear ratio, you may tweak your rear end, etc. Like when we run the legacy Daytonas, the legacy NASCARs at Daytona. Once you get your rear end, all your ratios tweaked in, you just hammer down, and the only braking you do is when you enter it, you touch it to set the suspension, to preload the suspension, and then you just ride the banking to be your braking. How high up you go on the banking is your energy, you're dumping energy when you go up the banking, and then you come back down and you can use your energy. But ostensibly, you shouldn't need your brakes and you shouldn't need to shift. It should just be like a full bore and then use the banking to dump it. I've never done it in a Miata, so there's that. But
well, I know when I did this in the Supra with the E1R, my knee hated me because I never lifted once I got going.
Yeah, you were doing exactly that. Now you got to find it in the Miata. These things seem so slow on this giant oval.
Oh yeah, and I'm doing this in an Xbox controller, so it works pretty well.
With the apparent slow speed, it just feels like all of these cars should have like an Easy Pass transponder on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't get one for my RAV4.
Yeah, Tyler was talking about flying earlier, and when we were on the Legacy Daytona in the '87 NASCARs, you're hitting 220, and that's like way above, roll speed in aircraft. So it was, we were joking that we were basically flying cars. You just happen to be flying them in contact with the ground.
Mm-hmm. I have not seen all these Miatas. I guess they're behind me because I'm just like all alone on this long straightaway.
Fun fact, you can on some of the big tracks, like you're in Road Atlanta, or some of the two and change mile tracks, you can spend an hour or 2 hours racing and not see your actual competition, because if they happen to be a half of a full lap away, they're a mile away from you, ahead or behind, pick your frame of reference. They're a mile away from you and 7 turns away from you, and you are basically speed matched. So you could spend an hour and change never seeing your real competition if everybody's having really good stints.
Fatality.
Excellent.
Oh, Brian crashed. It just feels like a Sunday drive on an empty desert road that continuously turns left.
We finally got to play Desert Driver on, or Desert Bus on this stream.
Yay!
I'm gonna step away for a quick minute. I'll be back in a bit.
Alright. Those clouds are so ominous in the sky. Oh hey, I see people in my mirrors, finally! And they spun out behind me too.
I see smoke, I see terrible things.
Those clouds, I was right, they were ominous.
I see sparks and sadness.
Sadness. Like Circa right now.
Yeah, whenever you're racing alone, you can just hear like the wind noise in the cabin, and you really have to throw the props out for whoever sat there and took care of that little bit of code.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how long I can keep it in 5th before my engine blows up. I've not reached the 3rd red dot in 5th, so... Oh, another QR code. Grab your iPhone, take a picture. Oh, I got some pit traffic coming into view.
Yeah, I really enjoy whenever we do whenever we do these oval races here in this league.
Oh yeah, especially this long boy right here. Which I hope the serious racers do eventually, because I really do like this track.
Well, I mean, I found that my skill is much better on ovals, just because apparently if you remove the need to turn right from my list of requirements, I get it better.
Ah.
For those of you that are just tuning in, this is the feature tonight. Awfully drafty in here. We're at the iRacing Super Speedway with the MX-5s with a fixed setup. Looks like we've got 31 cars in about 8 minutes before we'll grid up. Oh, parts everywhere. Wow, death.
Oh, that's right. We do get new damage model to play with, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Oof.
You know, there's a thought. Like, these streams that we do and this caliber of racing and entertainment, this is definitely something that you would have seen being played at some random time on G4 or Tech TV at some point 15
Correct.
years ago.
Definitely.
Yes, I'm staying high. Thank you.
Same.
As of July 1st, I actually can. Yeah, thanks to Virginia's marijuana laws changing. Oh, sorry. I just killed people.
Fatality.
Yes. I killed Ron. I'm sorry, Ron.
There was a parts shower that I got to watch from back here.
That's weird. Why am I seeing my old KLF livery? It shouldn't be KLF.
Trading Paint's just doing Trading Paint's things.
Gotcha. Because I see my new one on my car in my screen, so.
Yeah, I restarted trading paints and it's not pulling any more down. Let's see if I delete yours, that will help.
Okay.
I think I've got a Hesser brother here that is actually trying to do like real racing things.
They're good. I've raced against them in meat space. Yeah, they're actually quite good. All right, slowly getting a few things situated. Man, what is the current state of the world when it comes to good? I'm going to use the term business class, but business/gaming class laptops, and what is the GPU driver market doing to that?
Oh.
I don't think I have the strength to look.
Yeah, I'm going to end up needing a new business class, but with a decent GPU computer, and I think I'm going to end up having to pay the bill on this one.
Got you fixed up, lady.
I see it. Yay!
Yeah, that's going to be painful.
I don't know that there's going to be a way around it for me, though. I mean, it's all a business expense, but that still doesn't make it free, right? It's I just got to figure out what the state of the state is coming up here, and I was trying to avoid it, but I don't think I'm going to get it.
I got a Dell XPS 15 2020 last year, and I use it mainly to edit the videos that I sometimes put up on my channels. It's pretty good. Oh, I see an accident ahead of me. I forget the specs on it at the moment, but maybe
Yeah.
one time.
Tyler is in the lead. Oh, still qualifying though. Sorry.
Yeah, still qualifying. Yeah.
I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, wait a minute. Never mind. We're still way out of the doesn't matter range.
Yeah. Sunday driving. That's what we're doing right now. At 130 miles per hour.
Which in a good modern sports car is, I mean, okay, growing up in the 80s and 90s, like, that seemed fast.
Mm-hmm.
But in a good modern sports car, man, $1.25 is not notable. Crazy. I was doing 95 in a fucking truck the other day, and I was like, whoa, getting a little out of hand. Whoa, better slow down, you know? And I was like, oh, really, it wasn't like a handling thing. It wasn't like a performance thing. It was just going like, I looked down and realized I was going that fast.
I have to rein in my RAV4 at the moment because, you know, it's lightweight and surrounded by modern heavy tank machines.
Now the RAV4, the current RAV4, is no longer a body on frame. It is officially a unibody car, correct?
I actually don't know.
I think so. I think the RAV4 is an actual unibody.
I may have just killed a Hesser, and for that I am sorry.
We doing replay on Randy killing a Hessler? Oh yeah, you stuffed him right into the wall. Mm-hmm. That's what happens. You mess with the bish, you get the horns.
Man, we were having good racing too, and I just kind of oops.
That's what I did earlier. So is this track 3 miles total, or the straightaway's 3 miles long?
3 miles total for a lap.
Oh, wow.
It's so hard to do this race because you actually get committed, and it's hard to talk and drive it at the same time.
We noticed that when we were doing the Legacy Daytonas, or the Legacy Daytona, the 87s on that. We noticed the same kind of thing. It went quiet. When everybody suddenly got focused when they were, like we joked, we were flying cars, just happened to be flying them in contact with the ground. Everybody sort of like hushed up, got focused, stopped, you know, the industry term is stopped fucking around, and all of a sudden it got quiet, and you know, I expect it to be like this too. I'm sure I'm not in racer chat right now, but I'm sure it's quiet comparatively.
I can kind of do it.
One of my favorite races, that time that we did the 87s, but at the Monza Oval, that was 2 hours of bonkers fun.
Yeah. Especially if you, I mean, on the Monday E1Rs, it's especially fun if you get the right group of people with the right attitude after the weekend. It can be fun racing and fun commentary, and also quite irreverent.
This one track, I probably just hold down the push to talk the entire time and I'd be okay.
Most of us set it to. Well, if you do the Mondays, there's no iRacing chat. It's Discord only for comms, and it's voice.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should fix that then.
Yeah, if you're in the broadcast booth, we're set for voice. So if you've got your audio routed and piped correctly for your input for Discord, you can just set it to voice activated and not have to do any push to talks.
Nice.
Highly recommend fixing that, Lady A.
I will do that after the end of this race. Or maybe during gridding. I don't know when this is finally gonna end. Alright.
There's a couple of blistering times for Miatas going on here.
You think there's something here too sketchy going on? Think we ought to look at the records? Maybe run some numbers on it?
29 cars for a 20-minute race here at the iRacing Super Speedway.
I'm getting my SCCA card out. I'm throwing papers, baby.
You start protesting now, and people might give a shit by the time the race is over.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can y'all hear me?
3, 2, 1. Go ahead and test it.
Tested, baby. I am 14th between Nate Levine and Mr. Gerard.
Just so you know, Lady A, now we'll all hear your mumbles, so you gotta... Before, you were consciously talking. Now, you've got to be consciously aware we're all listening.
Understood. And there's the Genesis Jaguar pace car, whatever that is.
Actually, I got a question for you since we're talking.
Sure.
You knew, or Mental knew you from before the circus.
Yes.
How did you and Mental work together?
I think I wrote for The Truth About Cars, and I think he read The Truth About Cars, so yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that'll do it. All right, I was just curious. Yeah, he knew your name the moment you showed up the first time, and I was like, oh, I always wonder how people meet, you know, different folks from different walks of life and different places and all that jazz.
Yeah, I wrote for T-TAC between 2013, 2015, and it's probably how we met, I think, because we both know Jack Baruth, who now heads up Haggerty, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't looking for name drops. I was just curious how you knew Mental.
That's our link, basically, yeah.
Gotcha.
You shouldn't need to rely on drafting during pace laps, but here we are.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, because the pace car doesn't give a crap who you are. It's running the track pace car pace.
Oh, yeah.
For those that are still listening, that saw the earlier picture, I had to change the unicorn angle. So we tweaked it a little forward, the horn angle, and it's now permanent. But I think it'll still scar children. God, I'm good.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's really just all you can ask for.
I really don't want to know what the therapy bill's going to come to.
Already death, stunt granny. Hello,
But
Logan.
think about
Hello,
think
the
about
crazy
the
serve guy.
stories.
My wife puts up with an amazing amount of insanity.
What a beautiful sight. Oh yeah, for sure. Nice. Look, we've only lost one so far. Very nice.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got a little
Granny.
bumped earlier before the vroom vroom happened.
Wow, parking lot up here at the front.
So there's a comic that is just old Garfield strips where somebody photoshops Garfield out so it's just John kind of talking to himself.
Oh yeah, I
And
saw
it's
that.
deeply disturbing. But that's the exact kind of vibe that I get from listening to Ryan talk to chat without being able to see the chat.
Oh, do you you talking Ryan Bauer?
Yeah, this Ryan.
You're
Yeah.
like the racer chat?
Yeah, like what's happening like right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm not in any of the general chats, yeah.
Oh, Aaron Smith eating it. Oh, more death.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it all goes wrong.
Oh, there's massive death at the front too.
I exploded a tire.
Oh, the humanity. Yeah, everybody's worried right now.
Wow.
And it's 90 seconds to get to the pit.
Ain't nothing fast on this track.
Wow.
I saw the yellow car coming down. I'm like, oh, I'll miss it. Yeah, I didn't miss it.
Remember, you are a missile, Randy.
Do you know where
I
you
know
are?
where I am because I know where I am not.
By subtracting where you're not from where you could be, the result is where you are. By subtracting where you could be from where you are not, you return a result called error. The differential of this error over time results in a correction. By applying the correction, the missile returns to where it should be. And then, like, okay, I know that Randy's got a... Are you a double E or a CE?
I'm an MET.
Oh, okay. An MET?
Yeah, it's a newer program that it's essentially I can do Calc 3 and you can give me a Bridgeport and I won't kill anyone.
So mechanical engineering technician?
Technology, but yeah.
Okay, so is it a you're not all right? Not to. I don't give a fuck about pedigree. Is it an engineering degree or is it a technician degree?
Oh, it's a full-blown bachelor's engineering accredited, all that fun shenanigan.
Huh? Cool. That's awesome. So like the missile knows where it is a horrible yet correct description of PID control. It is a known worst possible description of PID control ever, but it is hilarious. How did y'all know about the missile knows where it is?
It was an internet video from years ago.
Oh, it was a training video. It's a training audio, but yes. Yeah, it was. So do you know what missile they're talking about?
That I do not.
The Tomahawk cruise missile. Yep. So the Tomahawk cruise missile, what they're talking about was the silhouette horizon guidance of the Tomahawk missile, which actually had the silhouette of the sky. So you think like pre-GPS, how do you launch a missile like around the, across the world and have it do terrain following maneuvers? You actually map the horizon. So like think if you could just look at the horizon and look at the shape of the horizon, right? And you could do cool things like, oh, if I see that mountain, I should turn 5 degrees off the shape of that mountain. Super cool stuff, like really like big brain stuff. But yeah, the missile knows where it is because the missile knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it isn't from where it could be, the result is where the missile is a great control theory. If you get the whole thing, it's a great control theory, like, application, but it's a horrible video, or horrible explanation.
I first heard about the missile from one of my fellow VTubers, Booster.
I don't even know what a VTuber is.
Virtual YouTuber. They stream, but they use an avatar, usually 2D or 3D.
Isn't YouTube virtual by its very definition?
Yeah, but you still have, meat space people on the camera. This removes the meat space person.
I'm just messing with you.
Oh.
To put it in terms older folks understand, it's the holodeck.
Yes.
No, I've worked AR and VR. I know what the holodeck is. This is a cartoon character avatar. I got you, Lady A.
Yay. But yeah, his name's Booster. He's a ghost, and he's really into that training video. And I saw one of my fellow sponsors, Shisagi-chan, the Juko on the sides of my Miata, basically lose all the life in her soul reciting the entire thing. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. I want to do that. And that's actually how I came up with the Skippy dual-sided ICBM, where you have the Russian side, I forget the name of the missile, and then the Minuteman 3 on the left.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, super cool breakdown of some really cool guidance theory, but outside of that, it's a horrible definition.
There's one hell of a gangle here fighting for 12th place or so.
One of these lucky contestants is going to end up in 12th place. There's a lot of twitching, and so Lady A, you're not a meat space racer yet, but you would not see this kind of twitching on a real track.
Ah.
The twitching is a very, very big racing product.
Mm.
Most people, like humans in the loop, are much steadier than that and don't do the twitching and following. I think it's a product of the either multi-screen or the lens distortion, the way you try to present more degrees of vision to a person.
Oh, okay.
Houston's
Randy,
dead.
what'd you do?
We were going nice and tight through the turn, and then suddenly he caught a wall and just kind of stuck to it. He stopped, and then Newton happened.
Physics is fun.
So you've been a automotive journalist for, you said, like 8-9 years now, Lady A, right? 10 years?
Yeah, but I mean, my journey began as a fashion blogger, and then that ended, and it's like, I'm gonna write about cars now. And I've loved cars since I was a kid. So.
Probably a solid shift.
Yeah. It's definitely worked out for me. And I hope it keeps going.
Yeah. You've stayed employed and paid through the pandemic, so you're probably in the, outside of the bottom third of like journalist or gig work, economy. So that's solid.
Yeah, but I got very lucky.
Yeah. Did you go to school for journalism?
No, I did not. But I guess I just...
You just started doing it. That's okay.
Started doing it, yeah.
Jacques Cousteau never took a scuba lesson. It's okay. Yeah. He just invented it, right?
Yes.
He didn't take lessons. It's okay. Yeah, right on.
Thank you.
racing this is just so calm and serene until it is very, very much not.
Yeah, and you know, Bish, you're another meat space racer. You like the swerving, you wouldn't see it. You know, especially if your cars are matched. You just stack up behind the lead car because you know that you're in a spec series, so you can all brake the same, right? So take the same line. The optimized line becomes the thing. But you won't even get this level of twitchiness and swerving with just separate car types in a meat space race, because most drivers figured out where they sit on the track, where they need to be, what their quote line or lane is, and then very rapidly don't vary off of it. This seems like a lot of people still hunting and probing for how to get a little extra tenth or a little extra second.
Well, then I think a lot of it is a lot of the wheels that we use. The resolution of the actual feedback motors is not beautiful in some of these cases. So trying to compensate for that, it's nowhere near as smooth as like just physical meat space hydraulic steering.
True. Yeah.
So there's been a comp caution thrown, so we have a couple minutes here to.
What is a comp caution for those that have never paid attention to real racing?
So a competition caution is when you throw the caution and bunch everybody back up.
Yeah, why?
So that everybody's close together again.
Oh, you mean somebody was too good?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Should get boring.
I'm actually not joking. So I know what a full course caution is. I know what a local caution is. Meatballs, debris, etc. I've actually never really appreciated the competition caution. It means like literally somebody's too good. Everybody get together, right?
Yeah.
I'm being half sarcastic, but is that really what it means?
That's the purpose of it, yeah.
It seems quite socialist.
I think there was such a big wreck that Nate decided to bunch them back up, let people get their fast repairs and get back to it.
Like, does it separate, okay, so there's a big wreck. So those that made it through in front of the wreck have a clear advantage.
Right. Track position, though, because people get to catch up back behind them again.
Correct. No. So they're still going to be in numerical order, but they're going to close all gaps.
Pop quiz, do you guys know code 60? I'm not sure what code 60 is.
I do not know gaming and research.
I don't know code 60 either.
What were you saying, Randy? Sorry.
No, just the whole competition caution. All of the field placements stay there, just condenses it, like Hamza was saying.
Yeah.
Some crazy looking clouds out there.
Yeah, it's really ominous.
Love that pace car speed is only like 30 miles an hour slower than the top speed of the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certainly at least one driver having to work it to stay up with the pace car. And I absolutely hate trying to sort out positioning and get stacked back up.
Yeah, I think I might be the end of this line. I'm just trying to get caught up, but it is taking a minute.
I have to let some cars by.
I think the pace car might win this one.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to go back to green. F.
Oh, 5 minutes. Okay.
I would love it if it plays out that way. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like the funny
It's gonna be
irony.
close. Depends on how many laps there are.
Is there one more race after this?
No, this is it.
All right.
Yep. Code 60 is FIA/24-hour races. Alternative to full course yellow, everyone has to drive 60 kph.
Oh, okay.
The racing flag fail. Okay. Nice. Now we know.
Our very first meat space adventure in the Pinto. Nobody ever told us that for full course yellows you don't have to slow down.
Oh, there
it's
goes
just
the pace car.
don't
Go back to
pass.
green.
Oh yeah.
So we send our guy out on his very first stint. He sees a full course yellow and he slows it from the Pinto's 60 to the Pinto's 40.
Yeah, because he's really trying to, be cautious and not screw up the race.
Yeah, that was a very fun trip to the judges. Like, yeah, that part of the drivers' meeting, we told people to slow down. That doesn't apply to you. You're good.
Yeah, you guys just hammer down. Yeah.
Our fast lap that weekend was set the next day in a thunderstorm on a full course yellow.
So the Simca, I set the fastest lap of the race on a full course yellow. I've set the fastest lap of the race on a full course yellow in the Toyo Hog, the Harley Davidson powered Prius. I think those are the two my fastest. I think that Chris Abbott, he might have hammered down on the actual real Prius that we had out in California, out in Sonoma. He might have set that one on a real lap. I don't know. Just one of those perfect laps where like everybody else is a full half lap off. And like we were saying, like you just got like, oh, I've got 2 minutes of open track. So yeah. So we're still trying to stack up, right? Or are we back to open racing?
We're back.
Open racing.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is nuts.
No one in their right mind would want to stay that wide. Oh, but it's an oval. Yeah, disregard.
And you are wide open.
But coming down to the inside of the oval will always be faster.
Yeah, that was 6 wide. Nice. Oh
Ooh.
god.
Oh,
there's some
Smokies!
smoke.
Can Randy make it through? Yes!
Does Randy make it through?
I'm not going to be
did.
able to get out of this car because my balls are way bigger than a Miata door right now.
Let's see that again. Let's show Randy's perspective.
Miatas will let anybody in, anybody out.
Wow.
I
Nicely done.
almost
Like a laser beam!
Nice
There's
job,
only
Randy.
a minute to go, so I'm just gonna stay right here at this backside.
That was some real glaze of thunder stuff there.
Well said.
It is a meat space theme we do keep kicking around as well. Just glaze of thunder. It's just a donut
Nice.
shop.
I like it.
Mix it up with cocktail. The other Tom Cruise movie.
The donut shop. Do you remember? Were you racing when that yellow M3 out in California did donuts after the checkered flag?
No, in fact, I've never heard that story.
Oh, look up Mr. Donut. There's probably a whole video about lemons, 24 hours lemons, Mr. Donut.
Oh, we got a big one.
Actually, let me quick Google.
There's smoke and there's fire everywhere. Oh, the huge manatee.
There's there's forum posts on the Lemons going all the way back to 2013, but I can't find the video. But it was famous in 2013, 2014. So team built a super cheaty, M3 full bore track prepped M3, way out of league in the back in the day in 2012 and 2013, but super fun. Now it would not be that, you'd get some penalty laps, but yeah, you're gonna race because Lemons has gotten fast. But back in the day, that was blowing the competition out. So they came in like second on their very first race because they just outclassed everything, etc. Checkered flag drops, and they did donuts like down the main straight, just spinning donuts. Super cool, great driving, all that. However, totally against all rules.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for them.
Yeah, like any other race series, or not any other, but like several other race series. That's like, yeah, go celebrate, do some donuts, have a good time, but not in Lemons or Champ or AER. Anyway, so they got banned for life, and then they pleaded their case, and this is one of those like. They went back and forth and up to Jay and over to Nick and back down and around, and ultimately they bought a fucking donut machine, like a fucking Krispy Kreme, and brought it to the paddock, and they made donuts. They like entered a car and didn't race it and made donuts for everybody in the paddock. But it was like with a commercial, like automated donut making machine. And they made donuts for everybody, and Mr. Donut, it was a thing. And then they rethemed their car as Mr. Donut, and came back and didn't suck, and were good sports.
Redemption, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get hit again.
Yeah,
Boom.
Whenever you think about what it would take to get banned from Lemons permanently, whatever it takes to get unbanned would have to be truly, truly epic, as we see here.
Yeah. Because in 2015, I'm reading a Hooniverse post. In 2015. Oh, I was at this race. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
It's just sometimes you never know when you're there or when you're not. Yeah. In 2015, it said they entered, Mr. Donuts. Number one, they raced under number one, Mr. Donuts, BMW E36 M3. The notorious M3 should totally lay waste to the entire field with only 95 entries, and therefore lots of open track. Actually, that won't happen. This car will be lucky to crack the top 80. Dirtbag M3 is their sign off. So okay, so in 2015 they were known. In 2013, somebody wrote, "Who cares about their driving? Their donuts were awesome. I'm glad someone had the balls to do it." Yep. Being a dick is another matter. Yeah. So it was a good thing. It takes a lot to get banned, and it takes a lot to come back, and they did it, and they're a little bit of assholes, but they came back all right.
Came back strong.
Brandon Martin coming home with the dub.
From Canada.
We had a three-way battle there for the win at the very end.
God, if this is how good the 8th Brandon Martin is, how good are the first 7?
We'll watch the last lap again, since we missed it. Tyler Stank, after leading most of the race, falls back to finish 11th after getting caught up in that massive pileup. There's the rest to look at your 29 car field, and let's watch that last lap again since we missed it earlier.
Lots of bobbing and weaving.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's pretty nice there. Down the back straightaway. 4 wide.
Yeah.
Going
Here's where
5.
Tyler. Yeah, so this is when Tyler dies.
Squeak
right
one
here.
more in. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Only so much asphalt.
Yep.
that's right.
Even with a small car like this one.
Here they come off turn 4.
Oh. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. I was having a Discord moment where I've got conflicting Discords.
I
Nice.
had a Discord moment earlier, so we're good.
Yeah, like I was like, what the F? Like, who's doing what? Where the hell am I?
Only so much asphalt before it's your ass's fault. I like that, Gam. Very nice.
Yeah, you can run out of asphalt real quick.
Someone's about to
Oh,
get
there
killed.
was a car parked sideways at the finish line. Wow.
And Maceman actually passed it, so yeah.
The levels of shenanigans that I drove through on that last lap without touching anything, I may have just peaked in my iRacing career.
Yeah, you've reached peak. Like that's it. There's nowhere to go but down from here.
Yeah, we didn't get very far, but man, where we did go, it's entertaining at least.
Yeah, there may be no recovery, but by God, you're gonna try.
Yeah.
Nice avoidance, Randy. Very nice.
Mr. Rogers' trolley just flying through the background.
The Mr. Rogers trolley in Meat Space by their Bad Decisions Racing. My God, or no, it's not Mr. Rogers. It's officially called the Neighborhood Trolley. That is one of like, I don't know, my personal top 20 best themes. They have a minivan that they have done up as the Neighborhood Trolley from Mr. Rogers, and it is a Toyota Previa. It's a supercharged Previa and all the jazz, right? So yes, it's a fun minivan. However, it's still one of the best themes. Like, it's just great.
Wait, are we talking about? Are there multiple neighborhood trolleys? Because there's the Honda Odyssey that runs.
I thought no, it was because they transferred it. They went from Previa to automatic to stick, right? I thought it was a Previa. Maybe I thought it was a Previa. I might be screwing this up.
I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's a possibility of multiple neighborhood trolleys, because that's even better.
Is it by Bad Decisions?
It wasn't Bad Decisions. It was Tom had it out. Yeah, Awkward Corner. Yeah, there we go.
Hold on, I thought it was this.
Yeah, because Bad Decisions has the Dustbuster van.
You're right. All right, I'm screwing it up. You're right. You're right. Correct. I think that's correct. And it's the Dustbuster. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Because now it went from the neighborhood trolley to the Ever Terrible, and that was beautiful to watch in real time.
And now
Thank you,
what is
everybody.
it? The Awkward Corner. Yeah.
Thank you all for being
thank you.
here tonight. Yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, since a lot of our usuals are AWOL. Hamza, always appreciate you showing up, brother.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't be more regular, like on a real schedule.
Oh,
Like
you're good. Yeah,
because reasons.
We are headed to COTA, Circuit of the Americas, next week for a Sunduro. Woohoo!
Oh, yes.
All right, listen very carefully, everyone at home.
Okay.
This is Texas. I need you guys to bring your livery all-star paint, and if there is more than one Best Little Whorehouse in Texas paint, I will die a happy man.
That's all
You
it
heard
takes,
it.
Randy.
I'm a very simple man with simple needs.
All right. Man's got to know his limitations. Apparently, you know yours.
I'm going to leave the
Apparently
Porsche
it's Dolly
behind.
Parton musicals.
Yeah. I'm going to leave the Porsche behind, see if the McLaren is good as far as letting me on the track this time.
Nice.
Well, there is that. That's step one to racing, is getting on the track.
Yes.
Good
And
night
also
and good
Dominic,
yeets
yeah.
to a good night and a good yeet to everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and hopefully Mental will be back and make things far more entertaining for next week. But thanks again to Hamza, Lady A, Randy for hanging out with me tonight, Jeff for stopping by with the our cooking segment tonight, and
Yes.
there is the Everyone Races tomorrow night, so check that out. And we'll be back next Sunday at CODA, Circuit of the Americas, for a Sunduro. Should be a good time.
Yes.
And
And you might catch a few of us Friday night at the Charlotte Roval. So
We
That's
ain't
right.
that good.
all right, well, thank you everybody for being here, everybody for tuning in, and have a good week. And we'll see you all Friday or Sunday or both, or I'll be hopeful. But yeah, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next week.
night, party people.
Peace out.